Hi everyone, welcome to week 4 of the Health Quest. Today we're going to talk about balance and core. So I've got a couple different tools here. We've got a medicine ball, a Bosu ball, and a physio ball, which all of these are around the facility. When it comes to balance and core, those are both really interconnected. If you don't have good core strength, you're not going to have good balance, whether it be on both feet or standing on a single leg. So some of these movements are going to integrate balance as well as core with that, and then some will be more core focused with more of the physio ball aspect. But when we get into balance and core, one of the things we want to make sure we're working is making it functional, because we move a lot throughout the day, whether it's a twist, a bend on one leg, bending a leg back if we were to lunge down. So we want to make sure your core and your balance are both strong. So the first movement we're going to do, we're going to use a medicine ball. So this is a very lightweighted medicine ball. You can use just a regular, like a basketball, soccer ball, anything maybe you have at home, anything that doesn't have a weight can be used to it. Or if you don't have a ball, maybe you have a dumbbell at home, that's something you can use as well. So what this is going to do, it's going to throw off our rotation, making a long lever with bringing our arms up. We're going to take our left foot back, standing on our right leg, reach back with the ball with both hands, and you're going to come together and bring it across hip and bring your knee up. So what this is going to do, it's going to have to make you balance on the down leg. Now it's okay if you get wobbly and shaky, because that's what we're working on strengthening. So if you have to touch and bring this back down, that's fine. Same thing with starting with your toe back and keeping it there to bring it back up, bringing it back controlled, and balance if you need it from here. With this, we're working a lot of different ranges of motion, a lot of different function with the body, really working on good core strength, keeping your spine erect, working on rotation, hitting obliques, making sure we're nice and sound and strong through our foot, driving that into the ground. With this, you still want to keep your belly button tucked tight to the spine and draw it up to the ribs to help keep that core engaged, as well as squeeze your glutes nice and tight. So with this, we're going to reach up, bring it across, bring that ball to the hip, knee up, and repeat. Now the goal would be to keep the leg that goes back and gets elevated up, but again, if you have to touch, that's not a problem. Doing 10 to 15 reps of these on each side will help increase that balance. So with this, we'll get the ball out of the way, and we're going to move into a Bosu. So the Bosu is a half ball. It's round on one side, flat on the other side. With these, both of these can be used, but for the sake of this, we're going to use the round side. So we're going to put the flat side down. If you need to be in front of a wall or in front of something that's going to give you some rigidity to make you feel a little bit more secure and comfortable, that is completely fine to do. But you're going to step up on the ball. You want to have your feet right up underneath your shoulders. You don't want to be too narrow, because then you're not going to really feel the stability. You're going to be a little bit more all over the place. If they're too wide on the ball, your ankles are going to roll out, and we really want to try and keep the feet nice and flat, so right up underneath your shoulders is where we want. You're going to have a soft bend in your knees. With this, you're going to feel your feet working. It's going to travel up to your knees, up into your hips, and into your core. So this is working a lot of strength and stability. This is a big, unstable, squishy surface that's going to really challenge you. You're not going to immediately feel it in your core and think, wow, I'm getting really sore, like you would if maybe doing sit-ups or a plank. But this is working functional strength, balance, because it's an unstable surface. From here, once you get comfortable with your balance, we want to take it down into a squat. So whether it's a little mini squat to get comfortable at first, or taking it down and then standing back up. The slow, controlled pace, you're going to feel your ankles, your knees, everything having to work to help keep you nice and strong and balanced. Integrating this in, doing 20 to 30 reps of little squats or deep squats on this, or even just balancing in front of something for a minute, is going to help keep everything nice and engaged, everything firing and working to help strengthen up that core and increase your balance. You can modify this by balancing single leg, so a little bit more of a challenge. Again, being able to do 30 seconds on the right leg, on the left leg, is going to help increase your balance as well as your core strength. A great way to start without the Bosu is just on the floor, not using anything other than just your feet to help you balance. Getting this out of the way, our last movement is going to be using a physio ball. So again, just a round physio ball that we've got exercise balls throughout the studios, throughout our facility, or even if you have these at home. These one are called pot stirrers. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be in a plank position on the ball. Here, wider feet is a little bit better balance, narrow feet, a little challenging. You're gonna keep your hips up, you're gonna tuck your tailbone to your nose, belly button to your spine, draw it up to your ribs, squeeze your butt tight like you're trying to pinch a playing card, keep that back safe and engaged. You're going to little stir to the right and little stir to the left. So this is gonna be putting us in a modified plank position. You can still go from your knees and get this exact same movement, just making it a little easier. So this is gonna add some instability to the shoulders, making the core have to work a little bit harder. It's gonna have multiple different directions that the ball can kind of scooch out from underneath you. So really keeping a good grasp on your core, making sure everything's engaged is gonna help strengthen up that core as well as balance, even though it's not a balance function where you're standing on your feet, but from a plank position. So if you have any further questions on this, please feel free to come down, talk to myself, Wyatt or Carly, and we'd be more than happy to help you come up with any other kind of balancing workouts or different moves that you might be interested in.